I'm supposed to warn you that I will be moving.
Okay. And we'll follow you.
All right, sounds good. So I'm Sarah Brandon, and my phone number is area code 714-420-8951. Whenever I look in the mirror, I see Eleanor Roosevelt. Only, of course, pretty. I mean, Mrs. Roosevelt worked so hard to help the poor and the downtrodden, but can you imagine how much more she could do if she were pretty? I mean, I know that there's inner beauty, but inner beauty is tricky because you can't prove it. Now, I've given this a lot of thought. And, I'm sorry, can I start over again? I'm sorry. Okay. Whenever I look in the mirror, I see Eleanor Roosevelt. Only, of course, pretty. I mean, Mrs. Roosevelt worked so hard to help the poor and the downtrodden, but can you imagine how much more she could do if she were pretty? I mean, I know that there's inner beauty, but inner beauty is tricky because you can't prove it. Now, I've given this a lot of thought about beauty and goodness in all of the different religions, and let's face it, Buddha is chubby, and Confucius is old and scraggly and, I imagine, single. And you can't even have a picture of Muhammad. I mean, was it the teeth? I don't know. But Jesus is always really, really pretty, with perfect skin and shiny hair. It's like God was saying, look to Jesus for tips. Now, I know that there's this guy, Adolf Hitler, who says that everyone should be perfect and blonde and beautiful, but that's not right. Because then, who would be the best friends? Now, I don't want to seem vain or prideful, so I always remember what my friend James Avery used to say. He says that there are two things that which really matter in life: youth and beauty. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for
doing the sit thing, or
Whatever you wanna be.
all right. I think I like sitting. Why not? Brad Stanley, 714-686-3226.
Thank you.
I love you. I do. I mean, to not say that or not acknowledge it, it's like not acknowledging a little rain cloud inside the room, just like pouring down rain. There isn't one. But if there were one, that would be odd not to comment on that. These emotions that I have for you, they're terribly distracting. I just can't focus properly or do anything really without just this constant. It's like a swarm of bees, just like inside and outside. Just this obsession sort of. That's not the way. I'm funny. My friends, they say that I'm funny, and I just when my tongue, it gets shipwrecked on my teeth when I'm with you, and I just have to tell you, it is not entirely pleasant being so completely, utterly smitten by you. Actually, quite a bit of pain involved. There's a whole lot of pain. I really can't do much about that. But you touch something so deep in me. I mean, I knew it from the moment I first met you. You know, your eyes and your smile and your handwriting and the way you watch things. It's like I could just be watching you, like watching things like forever. You know, and I am babbling, incoherent. It's not maybe very much. That's it all. No one has ever made me feel the way that you do. And that's not your fault. I'm not trying to put that on you. I'm the one who's going to deal with that. But I love you. I guess we better go.
Great work, thank you.
I'm Jenny Greer. My phone number is 347-581-0055.
I'm sorry, sorry, what? I'm sorry, are you crazy? I mean, are you crazy? We have nothing in common. Nothing. We don't have one thing in common. We don't click at all. At all. We don't have chemistry or banter or common interests. You're a yoga instructor. You get colonics. You don't appreciate the chaos and absurdity of life on this planet or in this city. You don't understand irony or poetry or ethnicity or eccentricity or the simple joy of being a regular at the diner on one's block. I love that. You don't drink coffee or alcohol. You don't overeat. You don't cry when you're alone. You plod through life in a neat, colorless, caffeine-free, dairy-free, banal, self-possessed way. I'm bold and angry and tortured and tremendous, and I notice when someone has changed their hair part, or when someone is wearing two very distinctly different shades of black, or when someone changes the natural timbre of their voice on the phone. I don't give out empty praise. I'm not complacent or well-adjusted. I can't spend 50 minutes breathing and stretching and getting in touch with myself. I can't spend 3 minutes finishing an article. I check my phone machine 9 times every day, and I can't sleep at night because I feel there's so much to do and fix and change in the world, and I wonder every day if I'm making a difference. And if I will ever realize the greatness within me, or if I will remain forever paralyzed by the muddled madness inside my head, and I feel that life is very unfair, but also beautiful and wonderful, but sometimes numbing and horrifying and insurmountable. I've wept on every birthday I've ever had because life is huge and fleeting, and I hate certain people in certain shoes, and I hate myself a lot of the time, but a lot of the rest of the time I adore myself, and I adore my life in this city and in this world we live in this huge, bewildering, brilliant, horrible world. In these ways, I feel we do not click. Thank you.
Thank you.